thank you for that warm welcome. And thank you all for gathering here tonight to celebrate a day that signifies great accomplishments and serves as a testament to our collective effort over this past academic year. Graduation is an ending, but also a beginning. It is memories of the past and big dreams for a future. I would like to thank the administration and teachers at Magellan Christian Academies, Miss Aldana, Director, Miss Gloria, Assistant Director, kindergarten preparatory teachers, Miss Caron, Miss Vanessa, and Miss Jennifer, and to all of our other teachers for their hard work and dedication to their students. Thank you and well done. Since it is Memorial Day weekend, I would like to recognize our military and the sacrifices they have made so that we may live free. As a naval officer myself for over 20 years, I know all too well the sacrifices that are made by military personnel for their country. Those who have fought and died are true heroes who have given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. No man is entitled to the blessings of freedom unless he is vigilant in its preservation. Let us never forget that freedom is never free. Ronald Reagan said, above all, we must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. As for the enemies of freedom, those that are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it, now or ever, for we are Americans. John 15:13 reads, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. While today marks the end of the academic year for our students, and is a day of immense joy, we must not forget or lose sight of our purpose. As responsible American citizens who stand for justice and peace, we have a responsibility on our shoulders, the responsibility to be the absolute best versions of ourselves. It is the responsibility of parents and families to raise children to become productive citizens of our great country. Throughout the years, we as Americans have displayed utmost humility and have served selflessly. Our country has been admired for our unwavering moral compass, trust in God and not government, and unleashing the individual human spirit. The pages of our rich history have been adorned with one unparalleled story of generosity after the other, each of which stems from none other than the unique values of our country. It is because of these values and stories that the world has unequivocally been looking at the United States with eyes full of hope, hope for a better and more prosperous future. Remember, if freedom falls in the United States, there is nowhere else to go. There are no second opinions about how inspirational the United States has been for the rest of the world, with its Constitution that is the embodiment of equality, and its ethos that is the personification of justice. As citizens of this blessed country, we should not only be proud, but also immensely grateful for all of the opportunities that are presented to us simply by being associated with this country. Standing here tonight in this beautiful church, I am reminded of the abundant blessings God has bestowed upon this country. Reagan said, if we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much and prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we have unleashed the energy and individual genius of a man to a greater extent that has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have never been more available and assured here than any other place on earth. Even though times are tumultuous and the world around us may seem more confusing than ever, we must remind ourselves that nothing but our willpower, dedication, and moral courage will pave the way to brighter days. Since knowing is half the battle, we must remind ourselves and others that our responsibility of a better future lies on our shoulders and our children's shoulders, and there's no way that we'll see the results unless we're willing to put forth the effort. It is our responsibility to teach our children to raise their voices on behalf of those who lack the means to stand up for themselves, and to continue serving our fellow countrymen as selflessly and generously as our forefathers. Our philosophy at Magellan Academies has always been one based upon American exceptionalism. We must strive for excellence in all things. We have taught thousands of students, and we truly believe that one can achieve anything they set their mind to if they don't give up. As educators, we not only teach our students that the only thing holding them back is themselves, but also prove that failure is a myth because there's so much that you can learn even in the process. At Magellan Academies, we appreciate and respect the struggles of our forefathers and those who have died for our country too much to let them be forgotten. I have seen the gentle manicured hills of Arlington National Cemetery with what seems to be endless white headstones bearing crosses and stars of David. Today we must vow to honor their memory by mirroring their commitment and teaching our children to do the same. You must make an oath to each other and your children, and first and foremost to yourselves as parents, that you will never shy away from a challenge, and will continue to display dedication that's coupled with unsayable logic in all walks of life. We must vow to push our limits to make the most of our education and prioritize cerebration and reasoning as opposed to indoctrination. We must avoid indoctrination that produces students who lack the motivation to pursue knowledge for themselves and become closed-minded, either because they're intellectually arrogant or intellectually servile. As responsible citizens of the United States of America, we are not only expected but obligated to develop and maintain deep reverence for the values and teachings that America was built upon to ensure that our country, its people, and its rich history remain in the hearts of people for years to come. We must be vigilant in our mission to educate our future young men and women to embrace and base their lives and decisions on noble principles that will not only help them maneuver their way through life's challenges, but also help them set the precedent for the next generation of Americans. As your children move on towards greater goals and bigger dreams, I encourage you as parents to never allow your children to give up. Teach them to achieve their full potential that God has created for them. Teach them to use their gifts that have been given to them graciously by God for the good of their fellow man. Teach them to be strong men and women and not to yield to the redefining of genders by the media, politicians, celebrities, and by society in general that is moving further away from God and becoming more confused. Teach them that their greatest glory consists in never falling, but in rising every time they fall. Teach them to remain grounded so that they will continue working towards their true purpose in life. On behalf of all of the teachers and administration of Magellan Christian Academies, I want to congratulate all of our graduates and their families on their first academic accomplishment. I wish for our graduates all the best of luck in the future, and may they take what they have been taught to make their impact on the world. Thank you. May God bless all of you. May God bless and watch over our courageous military. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.